for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Don't let that team stand in the way. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, here we go on our Tuesday edition. It is, despite what Tyvis told me yesterday, it is championship week. We are getting ready for Monday's national championship game. The Ohio State Buckeyes taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I feel like we got a good amount of time to have fun and keep getting ready for what is going to be a special night next week. I'm Timmy Hall. The Bode Man is back there. We got a long night ahead of us because we have Buckeye men's basketball. Another weeknight, 9 o'clock tip-off. We thank the Big Ten schedulers so very much for this great, wonderful night of basketball that we are blessed with. And sitting here with me tonight, second shift already. Did a nice job on TV earlier with Dom Taberi on the 4 o'clock news. He is Tyvis Powell.
You know, first of all, you can talk me into now. If you say that this is the championship week, you can talk me into it.
I'm not talking you into anything.
Tuesday to Monday.
I'm not doing it.
Tuesday to Monday, that's a week. That's within a week.
That's 6 days.
That's a week.
A week is
That's
also 7 days.
That's 7 days.
It's 7 days.
Tuesday to Monday.
6 days. That's 7.
That's 7.
All right. Well, then here we are.
Yes. So you're right.
Monday to Monday, to me, fits the bill of a week. Like,
no.
We get to Sunday. I get it. Like, Super Bowl Sunday is a week away. But you need to see Monday before you're like, oh, it's Super Bowl week. I don't care. I'm excited for the game.
Good. You should.
We should be, right?
You should be. It's going to be a really good game. I don't think it'll get one-sided. I think that it would be. I would like a nice defensive game. I really would.
I would like a nice defensive game for the Buckeyes and an offensive game for the offense. How about that?
So you just want a one-sided then?
I think that would be nice.
Shellac it.
What is your confidence level?
Are they going to win the game?
Like a percentage confidence level that Ohio State wins this game. Out of 100%.
99.9%.
Oh, come on. Don't do the Tyvis thing.
I am 99.99999% sure that they're going to win this game. That's not even being biased. I'm telling you. I'm 99.9%.
You said the same thing for the Texas game.
What happened?
They won, but it was close. Jack Sawyer made a sensational play.
It was going to be close. I said they were going to face some adversity in this game, and they did.
Well, I mean, it wasn't just close, but Texas had a chance to go in there and tie the football game late.
Yeah, and they
didn't.
Exactly.
No, I know.
So,
they didn't.
So 99.999 was correct.
I tell you what, credit that Buckeye defense, too. Just when you think they are ready to give something up. Really, like that whole entire drive, any Buckeye fan in America and beyond would have said to their buddy they were watching the game with, Mr. Negativity, crawling up on your shoulder there, would have crept in and said, "Oh, they're giving up this touchdown."
Well, apparently
this is a tie game.
Had all that going on here.
We did, yeah. I watch the game a little bit differently than Adam does.
You have negative thoughts when you watch football?
Adam shuts down. So don't even say, Adam King, our sports anchor at 10 TV, who's come on the show before, as you guys know, he's just as negative. He just keeps his mouth shut. I outwardly, I will scream some things. I'll say, I won't like annoy people too much, but I'll have like an outburst every now and then.
What is it? What have you gotten out of being negative in life?
I'm here with you.
Oh, are you negative? You're a negative. Are you a glass half empty or a glass half full guy?
I wouldn't say that I'm a glass half empty guy.
By the way, great update on that Sports Center update, Bodie. I really appreciate it. Enjoyed it. You sound really good.
Thank you, Tyvis. He's a good boy.
Well, he did it live.
Of course he did. Live radio, man. I also love how the Bode Man has opted to wear for the news of the day, news of the week, I guess, to start off, the Dallas Cowboys hoodie. He took a break from Notre Dame today.
Yes.
to go after Deion Sanders.
Come on home, Coach Prime.
Let's go.
We'll get you on the sidelines. We'll get Jerry a headset so we can be part of the coaching staff as well.
Are they going to trade up to get Shador?
Rumors. No, we still got Dak. We got
Let's first things first,
Dak's
okay?
His guarantee is up after this upcoming year. So
Let's go one step at a time, all right, Tyvus?
Listen,
You get ahead of things.
You get Shador in there and let him learn behind Dak for a year.
We're talking about Deion first. We're going after Deion. And you know what? It's already done.
Take it to the bank.
Jerry starts talking. He picks up that phone, talks to Deion. It's already done.
I heard Jason Witten might join the coaching staff too.
Sure,
so why not?
offensive coordinator.
Tony.
former players.
Romo and Aikman could come out of the booth as well. Let's go, man.
It wouldn't be
You
that
love
bad.
the Cowboys.
I love this team. I love them so much.
That would, Jerry knows how to sell tickets, so that's
About the only thing he knows.
that would sell. Jerry, when I played for the Dallas Cowboys, it really tripped me out because they are unlike any other organization that I played for. Obviously,
Pathetic. Yeah.
no, I would never speak bad.
Did you suit up for them in a regular season game or was it practice squad?
No, this was all preseason. I did the preseason.
Yeah.
So I got to wear the uniform, got to play in the game,
Absolutely.
come out.
Yeah.
All that was fun.
Dallas Cowboy uniform.
Anyways, what the difference between them and everywhere else is that, they got the star. And he literally gives out tours of the star.
Yeah, he does.
While you're there practicing and in meeting. So here I am walking around like lunch or something, and you just see like 30 people just come walking in and getting the tour.
Oh, yeah.
All day. It's all day.
He's not a football organization,
He's making money
Tyvus.
off
It's an
of it.
entertainment
Yes,
organization.
exactly.
You're the
Yeah.
amusement, Tyvus.
It blew my mind. I'm like, who is these people?
You are basically a roller coaster at Kings Island.
you're the ride.
That's what you are. You're the
I
ride.
guess so.
Yeah.
Check this thing out.
I ain't mad at him.
This is a
My-
former Buckeye.
It just
safety.
threw me off. I was shocked.
That's amazing. That place is pretty nice, though, isn't it? The Star.
Oh,
Don't they
man.
do
The high school
state championships there?
Yep.
That's too small for a Texas state championship, isn't it? Maybe smaller division
because
stuff.
the practice is like a stadium. It's like a mini stadium. You got the bleachers and
I
everything.
know. I thought that seats maybe like 12 to 15,000.
How
The
many
actual
people
field
how
in
many
there
people coming to the game.
for a Texas state championship. I would think they would get 40 to 55,000. They'd probably do those. They'd probably do those at Darrell K. Royal, or maybe even at the Cowboys Stadium at Jerry World.
I'm pretty sure they do some of them at AT&T.
I mean, if we watch Friday Night Lights, the movie, the show was good too. The drama series on NBC, that was great with Coach Taylor. But we go back and watch the Billy Bob movie. I want to say that was filmed at the old Cowboy Stadium. I want to say that was filmed at the old spot.
you might be right on that. Yeah.
Yeah, where the
I don't
final
know.
game was.
It's the only movie I ever cried at the end of.
You did
Ever?
Whoa!
You're like Nicole.
Tyvus Powell cried.
Shed
I
a
don't
tear.
trust people who don't cry at movies.
I know.
Not every
a tear.
movie, but some movies.
Let's watch you watching Rudy.
He didn't get that 1 yard at the end, man. That was it was sad. It was so sad. I cried.
It is a phenomenal sports movie.
It is. Top five
For you, yeah. When Tim McGraw's in that, right? Tim McGraw plays the drunk dad.
Touch that.
He chucks it out the window, and his son has to slam on the brakes, say, "What the hell is the matter with you?" You know what? Just let it go. Like Wilson the volleyball, just let it go. Best thing to do, just let him finish. All right, so this is going to be fun tonight. Cardale Jones is going to be our big guest at 6:30. It is going to be great to hear you two, Tyvus and Cardale, who are great friends.
We're not friends.
See, there you go.
We're ex-roommates.
They are fantastic at talking that stuff to one another.
I consider him a friend of mine.
I can't wait to talk about that 2014 season and a couple of things that were special about it as we lead up to that game. By the way, started off the show, Buckeye Hoops at Wisconsin tonight. Huge game, almost 7-point dogs. Coverage at 8 right after us with me. That's the warm-up show. And then network coverage at 8:15. Giving them chances to win this one, Tyvus?
Oh, absolutely.
Take it to the bank?
No.
I'm revoked.
No,
I can't do
I'm
that.
not taking it to the bank, but I like their chances. I think they'll play hard. They have that
It's a tough place to go win.
Yeah, but they got that thing where they'll shock you. They'll pull one of those. After they play bad, they'll come and play well from one game.
Well, they didn't play poorly. It's just that
they blew it in the end.
The thing with the Michigan State and Oregon games, they just need to learn how to win those games.
They blew it in the end.
They blew it at the end. They didn't play a bad game. They were in that. They were competitive against a top 15 team, but they're just letting opportunities slip away.
Played for 27 minutes. No. Yeah.
35 minutes maybe. Yeah, 32-ish minutes.
Something like that. Yeah, blew it in.
You're never going to play 40 minutes of perfect basketball. That's not what I'm asking. But you can play 40 minutes of tough, hard basketball.
Says who?
That says me.
You can play perfect basketball for 40.
There's no such thing as perfect.
Yes, it is.
That Friday Night Lights team, they were trying to be perfect. They lost in the end. But you know what? They left it all out there, and they gave it everything that they had, which made them
first of all,
perfect.
they lost in that game. Remember, the Titans, they were perfect.
Perfect. I'm a winner. I'm going to win.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So, like I just said, I want to pick Tyvis's brain about 10 years ago because there was a show where we talked about this before the season. Premonitions were had. 10 years, new format, team of destiny, everything that went in. What a great story that was back then. We're going to talk about it. It's the Buckeye Show right here on The Fan.
Death, taxes, and beating Michigan every damn year. This is your flagship home for Ohio State football. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Healthcare.gov has plans for health because you have plans for life. All plans cover doctor visits and emergency care to keep you and your family running strong. All plans cover hospital stays and prescriptions so you can have peace of mind. Visit healthcare.gov to explore health plans from the brands you know. 4 out of 5 customers can find a health plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Final deadline to enroll is January 15th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-472-2000, 614-472-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-472-2000, 614-472-2000.
Ohio State championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
As a child, I had the same hopes and dreams as other children. I just didn't have the same resources to achieve them, but I found the help I needed to be my best. I was a CareSource kid. CareSource is so much more than Medicaid. They help families overcome a lot of their day-to-day struggles, and that made a lasting difference in the lives of kids like me.
CareSource, your Medicaid, your choice. Visit caresource.com/Medicaid.
Get ready, Buckeye fans. Donato's just added something special to the pizza playbook. Introducing Donato's new Block O pizza. Donato's golden thin crust cut in that trademark Block O shape, loaded with crispy pepperoni, smoked provolone cheese, and Buckeye Spirit. It's the perfect pizza for game day or any day in Buckeye country. Now get a Block O pizza for just $10 with any pizza purchase. Order today with the Donato's app or at donatos.com.
Football season is here, and we have so much stuff. One station isn't enough. Find even more pigskin on ESPN Columbus.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2, or listen on the Fan app.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
It's Toyota truck and all-wheel drive season, with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including all-wheel drive versions of the best-selling Corolla. Now through February 3rd, get low-rate financing on a Corolla, or lease a gas-powered 25 Corolla LE for $229 a month for 39 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details, or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Don't miss a minute of the Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Celebrate the culmination of the 2024 season with all of Buckeye Nation and follow along on the official athletic site from the opening postseason kickoff to the final whistle in Atlanta. We have you covered. It's the 2024 Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/postseason central now for more information. Go Bucks!
Hey, Ohio State fan,
Are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye Meal at BK. For $20, you'll get 1 juicy flame grilled Whopper sandwich, 1 original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye Meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
High-scoring offense and lockdown defense are the ingredients of a winning team. For every other ingredient, Buckeye fans trust Giant Eagle and Market District. Ready-to-eat prepared foods, a thrilling selection of fresh favorites, and everyday value from our family of brands are game day go-tos. Plus, like the Buckeyes pile up points on the court, you can score perks and earn free gas and groceries with My Perks. Giant Eagle, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little breezy with scattered snow showers left over on this Tuesday. Be careful out there. Temperatures around 20 degrees. Snow showers or flurries then becoming partly cloudy and breezy overnight. Will be down to the single digits by Wednesday morning. Wind chills below 0. And during the day Wednesday, take the sunglasses and also a heavy coat. Hot temperatures only around 20 degrees, even with mostly sunny skies. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Just counting down the days to March Madness. Back to the Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvus, all you fine Buckeye fans, you guys know of all the great ways to check out the show. You either listen to it old-fashioned on the radio, you got the Fan app, which Tyvus learned about, and you can watch us on YouTube. Just search up 971 The Fan, watch us, see what we're wearing. Honestly, we're kind of boring. This is like the most boring look we've had in quite some time.
I got my
yeah, you're wearing the hat.
Yeah.
You can describe it.
So the funny thing about it, so I gotta update you on this. So,
okay.
So the guy
you're wearing earth tones, by the way. You're just wearing the most bland hoodie I've ever seen you wear.
So on the UCSS, Dustin and McNuggets wanted this hat. So you know what he did?
Okay.
He made a white version of this guy.
Oh, God.
I was like, look at that.
My God.
Look at that.
No.
It's a white version of him.
No. Are you serious?
I promise you, it was actually pretty cool to see. I laughed.
What do you think will happen if you bring one for me?
You could wear it.
I'll never wear it.
Why?
Why would I? I couldn't.
It's a white guy.
That's horrible. No. I can't do that.
You gotta.
It'd be just as bad if I wore that hat.
Is it fashion about taking risk?
And I say this, I just wore my Washington Redskins jacket to work yesterday. But that was the name of the team as of 2 or 3 years ago. And that jacket is the jacket. It's just a Super Bowl championship jacket that has all of the patches on the sleeve. And I would love to update it if they are to win a fourth. I think before the year started, or when I got that jacket, I said,
a patch?
Well, when I was gifted the jacket, I said, hey, and the good thing is I'll never have to update it because they're not going to win another Super Bowl. But now I got hope. This is a perfect night for me. I'm watching the replay of Washington, Tampa Bay on NFL Network right now. Tyvus is getting ready to watch Cavs basketball on our other screen, and we're getting ready to talk about the 2014 National Championship Buckeyes as we go 10 years into the future, which is now.
I was about to say,
we'll go 10 years into the past. You know what I'm trying to say. 10 years apart, it just feels right. It feels like it's time for Ohio State to scratch this one off.
I'm just glad it didn't.
So cool.
I'm just glad it's not going. Knock on wood. It's not going to take 12 years. You know, I kept saying when we got the one, I said it shouldn't take another 12 years. And to be honest with you, Ryan Day has been so close, and it's like finally good karma is coming his way because I think everybody talks about him in this postseason and before this season how he had all these postseason failures, but I truly think he just got some bad luck. You know, you think about the 2019 team. I mean, the Clemson, the calls, the targeting call, the not getting the fumble. Like, that's kind of like unfortunate. And then the 2020 year, you go up against one of the best teams ever assembled in Alabama history, and you got to go up against them. So, like, that's not right. And then in the Georgia game, they knock out all your offensive weapons, and you let them come back and lose that game. So it's just like it's been some unfortunate situations to this one where everything is kind of like bouncing his way finally.
Yeah, I mean, I do think some of the criticisms are valid as well. Like when you talk about the performance in some of these bigger games, and you talk about like what his area of expertise is, developing quarterbacks and taking command, taking charge of the offense, and what those units do. And when we go and circle some of these bigger games, the one you bring up specifically, which I've actually thought a lot about that game and that team, is Clemson, right? And it's almost like you get some of that beginner's luck, right? Yeah. When you take over a program. And again, we understand that. When you take over Ohio State, you're given the keys to this Ferrari straight from Urban Meyer himself. There's expectation. There's a lot of pressure, and there's a lot of expectation that comes with that because the dude just left. He kept it in single digits in the loss column in 7 years and was 7-0 against Michigan. You are never really going to be able to live up to that, right? Once you lose the first one, you're already a loser compared to Urban Meyer. Yes. And that's a big ask. But the 2019 team, that was the one where you just felt, come on, like how are these Buckeyes not coming out on top in this game? They just feel maybe not so much, but they're better. They're a better football team than these Clemson Tigers, and they couldn't get it done that night.
The interesting thing is, even if they did win that game, I mean, the LSU thing was a tall task too because of who they had: Joe, Jamar, Justin, all Dale Pitt, all those guys, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, like they had some. It would have been a tall order for them to beat them, but I still feel like they should have at least been there because that would have been they could have went back-to-back years, and then who knows, maybe they would have had some experience from 19 if they didn't win it. For 2020, they actually would have been like, all right, we've been here before, we know how to do this, and they could have probably won that game maybe against Alabama.
Tyvis, we go back to 2014, and there's similarities and differences, and we'll keep talking about this when Cardale pops on the show at 6:30 here. But the thing, you guys lost once. If you lost a second time, that thing was done. So you didn't have as much room for error. You had the loss pretty early in the season against Virginia Tech. Now, I think they held that against you a little bit more because of how Virginia Tech turned out to be. I think they were a 6-6 team. But what were you guys talking about even during that performance you were having against Wisconsin, and then just the aftermath of it? Kind of walking on eggshells until you actually got the berth into the playoff.
Yeah. So the Wisconsin game, you go into that game and you don't know what you're going to get from Cardale. But as a defense, you knew they had.
Was that the true and honest thought?
Yeah, you didn't know what you was going to get. You don't know what you're going to get.
Thing called, you'll see.
I mean, you watch him in practice and you see what he can do. I mean, obviously we've all known Cardale, so we know what he was capable of.
Yeah,
but in a game setting, like I don't know what people get in the game settings and they not the same. They freeze up. There's so many times you hear this guy's unbelievable in practice, and then they get in the game and you don't see it. So
would they ever let him get hit in practice because he was so far down the depth chart?
He was live.
He was live. Live Cardale.
Oh yeah, every time. Coach Meyer used to make sure you understood that Cardale Jones is live. Hit him.
Kill him. Kill him. Good. All right, go on.
Yeah. So anyways, for the defense, our tall task was Melvin Gordon. I mean, Melvin Gordon was on a tear coming into that year. I mean, he
had to be a 2,000-yard back.
Oh, easily. Easily. So we knew we had to try to stop the run game, and I thought the game plan was very good. It was weird because I was standing next to Joey for the majority of that game, which I was like 205. Joey's like 250, and I'm down there in the trenches. Like, that makes no sense. But whatever. That's what we had to do to win this game. And the funny part about it all is you see the success that Cardale is having, and it's like, oh, really? Like, him and Devin just got this thing going on where they just connected, and it was just like, so every time we get to stop and give him the ball, he's scoring a touchdown. So it's like, oh, well, let's keep doing it. And that's just kind of, it was just like a big snowfall that just kept rolling up, and then it just get out of the way.
Oh, man. And then You get into the field, you get that berth, 59-0. I mean, do you still think about that score? Just how did it turn into an avalanche like that?
I have no idea.
59-0 is just insane. It's crazy. But we all kind of felt like you were going to get that fourth spot, and then you did.
Well, see, that was the thing. Even after that big performance, it was still like nobody knew. Like nobody knew if when they turned that fourth card over, what it was going to be.
You talk about me being negative, right?
Yeah.
But I had positive thoughts about that, and I was on the air when that was revealed.
Well,
we were still doing our fantasy football show back then, and we obviously had to kind of make it a two-sided show because the selections were coming out, so we had extended that.
But it was weird because it was just like I felt like they probably was going to give it to TCU. So I'm like, TCU won theirs. They're undefeated. Like, why would they give it to us? And luckily, it turned out to be the best decision ever.
Well, we will keep the conversation going because one of the main authors, Tyvus, obviously had a big hand in the story when they won the last national championship here. I still think it's one of the greatest stories in college football history, not just one of the best in Ohio State football history, but that 2014 team and how it all came together with the quarterback situation. But Cardale Jones is going to join us to talk about that memorable run and any similarities he sees with this 2024 team. That is in just 2 minutes. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Hey folks, Austin Ward here. I just had my free maintenance check-in with my Awaken 180 coach, Jen. I dropped 50 pounds around this time last year, and guess what? Not a pound is back. Awaken 180 is a solution online at awaken180weightloss.com.
At KeyBank, we know a small moment like,
what's it like to have a yard?
Can lead to an even bigger question like,
am I ready to buy a home?
And that's the type of moment where we'll meet you, prepared to talk about everything you need to know when applying for a mortgage, so you can try to turn those backyard dreams into reality. Paul?
Yes?
Question. Are you a hammock person?
You know, I think I might be.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. NMLS 399797, Equal Housing Lender.
When you share your food, you share your heart. So what's on your table this holiday season? Save on your festive feast at Kroger with delicious deals on all the holiday classics. Or wow the crowd with something new, like a quinoa stuffed butternut squash. It's sure to add a pop of color to your spread. How about a sweet potato casserole with a crunchy oat streusel topping, made with care for the sweet tooth and the savory tooth? With Kroger, fill your table with love and watch as your guests' hearts get as full as their bellies. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Get ready, Buckeye fans. Donato's just added something special to the pizza playbook. Introducing Donato's new Block O pizza. Donato's golden thin crust cut in that trademark Block O shape, loaded with crispy pepperoni, smoked provolone cheese, and Buckeye Spirit. It's the perfect pizza for game day or any day in Buckeye country. Now get a Block O pizza for just $10 with any pizza purchase. Order today with the Donato's app or at donatos.com.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Brutus is their homeboy. This is the Buckeye Show.
3rd and 8, Ohio State at the Alabama 47. Jones to pull the trigger. Looks and he fires long. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown. It's Jones to Smith to pay off once again. Ring it up for Ohio State. 12-gauge Cardale Jones finds the speedster Devin Smith down the right sideline, and the Buckeyes have a 26-21 lead.
Paul Keels on the call there. Just a little piece of that walk to the national championship in 2014. Timmy Hall, Tyvus Powell here with you guys tonight. Cardale Jones is joining us now on the Buckeye Show. You had to love Devin Smith, right, Cardale?
Oh, my God, man. Devin Smith, first and foremost, guys, thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure. But you guys just reminiscing and bringing up some memories here, man, of the good old times, and hopefully we can be sharing some more moments like this in about 6 days.
Cardale, do you think it's possible that you could have overthrown Devin Smith?
You know what? That's a great question. I would like to think I got a pretty strong arm, but Devin, as we all know, he was a state championship sprinter out of high school, and then clearly a blazer here at his time at Ohio State. So I would love to kind of see if we can get one of those competitions going where if I could overthrow him, but I highly doubt it, honestly.
I mean, Devin had one of the stupidest yard per catch averages right in football history at any level. It was probably getting close to 30 per catch at one point.
He never caught a ball like coming backwards. Like it was all vertical routes.
No button hooks, huh?
Yeah, like every pass he ever caught was vertical. It's ridiculous.
That's hilarious. Cardale Tyvis was just sharing his viewpoint of it and the defense's viewpoint of it when you were going into that Wisconsin game. What do you remember about that when you knew that you were going to be put in this spotlight to take control of the offense to try to, perform Big Ten championship and then ultimately in the playoffs?
Honestly, the mindset was taking advantage of the opportunity and making sure that I did everything in my power to not let my team down. I mean, at that point of the season, we were rolling. I mean, with or without me, we was one of the hottest teams in all of college football at the time. You look back at what our defense was doing. You look back what we were doing in the run game and in the pass game. And clearly, J.T. Barrett was getting a lot of Heisman talks and hopes in that time period as well. So my mindset is pretty much, man, you know what? Next man up, which the mindset that we kind of preach at Ohio State. And then clearly, only change in our offense and our team was the quarterback position. So I'm just like, hey, I don't want to be the one that messed this great thing that we got going on up.
Cardale, let's look at this Ohio State team right now, and specifically Will Howard. What have you seen? What's been the biggest difference you've seen from him from the beginning of the season to where he is now? Because his play has been tremendous in this playoffs.
Will actually, to me, been playing good all season. I think what's been on notice for him, and I think his confidence has continued to grow and just being a quarterback here and knowing and understanding the expectations is extremely high. I think we're able to see it now on a larger scale of quality opponents. Will has been putting up close to 300 yards in the air, multiple touchdowns, and getting it down on the ground as well all season long. But I think what's really shocking a lot of people and then bringing it to the front for is like the quality of opponents that he's now doing this against. And I think, with him, his confidence is continuing to grow each and every week because he's seeing that he can do it on an extremely high level. In a lot of situations, he is the difference maker. In a lot of these big-time situations this offense finds themselves in, if it's not just getting the ball to Jeremiah Smith, but it's having a command and demand at the line of scrimmage when it comes to everything that concerns getting the playoff.
Cardale Jones is joining us on the Buckeye Show. Cardale, I mentioned before the break there how I was going to ask you about any kind of similarities that you see. I know college football is a lot different now, and you've had a front row seat for that, but it's a team that's had to rally, right? It's a team that has had something happen to it, and they've had to rebound. When you look at the two and try to think about your team in 2014 and these guys, what do you see?
You're right. There's a lot of similarities there. Clearly one dropping a tough, early game season to Oregon at times, and then just trying to manage expectations. I think it's the biggest thing that I see when it comes to similarities. This team came into the season with so much hype. When you hear the narrative of national championship or bust, and as a coach and as a player, you playing for a national championship every year. You going out there, but when you hear it so often as they did, it's almost like nothing is good enough. So trying to manage those expectations of, hey, I got to do this, or I'm going to let a lot of people down, is one aspect where I see a lot of similarities, and then just the togetherness. This is a close team, and it goes back to, I think, early on in the season when they had an opportunity to have a huge faith-based event on campus, and it was led by our players, G. Scott, Emeka Booker, Travion Henderson, household names where, they wanted to play for more than just themselves in the university and bring in not just the whole campus along for that ride, but their teammates. So the togetherness is kind of the thing that stood out to me the most when you talk about and you have an opportunity to look back on what was the difference maker of this 2024 Ohio State football team.
Carter, give me one matchup on the offensive side of the ball that you're looking at that can be a difference maker in this game.
I think I'm going to go on the other side. I think I'm going to go with Riley Leonard and his running ability. And he's became a pretty good passer over the last half of the season as well. But his running ability and how our Buckeye defense is going to respond to that. Neither defense has faced an offense as explosive or a quarterback with the running ability as Riley Leonard when it comes to the Buckeyes facing these guys. So I'm looking at how we respond to that matchup versus, what we can do to their defense.
What have you thought of just watching these weapons? I mean, we just started the segment by talking about Devin Smith and what a weapon he was for you, but you look at another one. You look at Jeremiah right now for Ohio State and Emeka Ibuka and Carnell Tate. Even when they take Jeremiah Smith away, there was still a lot to do in that first half by just going to the other side of the field. So, man, you could have done a lot with these guys too, Cardale, I'm sure.
Oh, my God. I mean, sometimes I get jealous of the last past, I want to say 5 or 6 quarterbacks have been, 4 to 5 quarterbacks that have been in Ohio State and had an opportunity to throw to guys like Jeremiah Smith, Emeka, Carnell Tate, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jesus Christ, Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin. Like the list goes on. But I wouldn't trade the guys that I play with in for anyone. But, as a quarterback and as a skilled player, Ohio State got to be the most attractive place you can think of when it comes to, like, performing at a high level. These guys are proven. Ryan Day and now Chip Kelly, his creative ability to get guys the balls in a lot of different ways. I mean, a recruit got to be licking their chops to play at Ohio State.
Cardale, you've known me for quite some time now, and you know this guy by the name of Travis Hunter who won the Heisman this year.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, you familiar? Okay. Could you imagine if number 23 for the Buckeyes back when you played wide receiver, do you think that I could have won the Biletnikoff and been in the Jim Thorpe?
You won a lot of dropped balls, Cardale. I can tell you where to throw it.
Just seeing some of the big plays that I've made in my career, don't you think that I could have went over there to the other side and did some things?
You know what, Tyvis, with all due respect, not a chance. The say you would have had an impact on the Buckeyes. You know what? The great thing about it, we didn't need a Travis Hunter in our locker room because we had so many other unbelievable players that were so great at doing many different things. And I'm glad we didn't put ourselves in position to say, "Hey, Tyvis Powell, we need you to go out here and make this catch on the offensive side of the ball." So. I think we needed you more on defense than offense, and that's what I'm sticking with.
I gotta tell you guys, because in setting up the show for the week, we were obviously excited to talk to you today, Cardale, just to pump up the coverage for a national championship. And obviously one of the things we talked about, I heard that Urban Meyer and Jim Tressel are both going to be guests on Morning Juice, our morning show this week. I'll tell you when they're going to be on in a little bit here. But as you were responding to Tyvis, my phone, because I'd reached out to another national championship quarterback, not Craig Krenzel, but you go back to the 1968 national champs, the consensus champs. Rex Kern was the quarterback. He's out in California now. He just called me back during this interview. So hopefully we'll be hearing from him sometime later in the week. But I thought that was so cool. And I thought I would let you guys go with this, how you guys sealed the deal in the Oregon National Championship game.
Marcus Mariota in the shotgun, gets the snap, drops back at his 35 to pass. Mariota bumps off one defender, rolls to the right, tries to elude another one, and yet another one, rolls to his left at his own 30. Mariota just flings that one down the left side of the field, intercepted by Eli Apple at the 25, and Apple will go to the ground at the 32, and that's it. Ohio State national champions for the 8th time as they defeat Oregon 42-20.
See, Cardale, he went to the ground. Tyvis wouldn't.
It's a sucker move.
Tyvis is selfish. Tyvis is selfish.
That's not selfish. It's good. It's a difference.
He would have pulled what he did in the game in Sugar Bowl versus Alabama. He would have tried to be the ultimate hero. He was already the hero. He would have tried to be the ultimate hero in those types of situations.
Cardale, do you know?
That's why we didn't need him on the opposite side of the ball.
Do you know? You do know that there's a such thing as being good and then being great, right?
Listen, and I understand you was going for being great. I get it.
Okay, thank you.
Cardale, this was awesome. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for doing it, and let's go get him against Notre Dame on Monday.
That's the plan. Go Bucks. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Absolutely. Cardale Jones, national championship winning quarterback for the Ohio State Buckeyes on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Good stuff. Tyvus has the key matchups for us to watch on Monday. That's coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Men, the new year is here, and if you're like many of us, you're going to make a resolution to improve your health. But if you're feeling sluggish and low energy, if your sleep patterns are off, if you've been working out and aren't seeing the gains you used to see, making that resolution may not be so easy. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're feeling the way I just described, we can likely help you with that resolution, because those symptoms probably mean you're suffering with low testosterone. And at Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating this condition. With our low T protocols, if you're like most men, the change will astound you. You'll feel more energy and better mental clarity, your sleep will improve, your workouts will be better, and you'll likely find your sex drive goes up as well. So call us today and get treated for your low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Don't miss a minute of the Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Celebrate the culmination of the 2024 season with all of Buckeye Nation and follow along on the official athletic site. From the opening postseason kickoff to the final whistle in Atlanta, we have you covered. It's the 2024 Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/postseason central now for more information. Go Bucks!
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We are live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown, dumb since day one. The Fan.
High-scoring offense and lockdown defense are the ingredients of a winning team. For every other ingredient, Buckeye fans trust Giant Eagle and Market District. Ready-to-eat prepared foods, a thrilling selection of fresh favorites, and everyday value from our family of brands are game day go-tos. Plus, like the Buckeyes pile up points on the court, you can score perks and earn free gas and groceries with My Perks. Giant Eagle, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Ohio State championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
As a child, I had the same hopes and dreams as other children. I just didn't have the same resources to achieve them, but I found the help I needed to be my best. I was a CareSource kid. CareSource is so much more than Medicaid. They help families overcome a lot of their day-to-day struggles, and that made a lasting difference in the lives of kids like me.
CareSource, your Medicaid, your choice. Visit caresource.com/Medicaid.
Attention Buckeye Nation, get ready and grab a Coors Light to cheer on our Ohio State Buckeyes as we fight for a spot in the championship. We know there's nothing like game day in Columbus, so whether you're at the tailgate, the bar, or just watching from home, choose chill. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
There's a lot on the line in a divorce. Your home, savings, retirement, maybe even kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions it can take, you really need a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. We're committed to helping protect your personal interests and the life you've built. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Talk to us today.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Trying our best to make Tyvus Powell raise his voice at least 3 octaves.
Are you serious, dude?
You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light.
Timmy and Tyvus here on a Tuesday. I tell you when Tyvis's voice does go up an octave, when he gets an ace shot from our friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Because, men, it is the new year, and for many of us, it's a time of deciding to make some positive changes in our lives. And if you're suffering from that dreaded 2-letter acronym, erectile dysfunction, and you're tired of the frustration and embarrassment ED can cause, you should give Tri-State Men's Health a try. Check them out at tristatemenshealth.com. You can give them a call at 800-900-9654. Begin your journey to having a better life there. It's the new year. Resolve things to get your ED treated and change your life. They've got wonderful locations here in Central Ohio. The one in Westerville that Tyvis checks out. The one in Hilliard right off of 270 and Cemetery Road. They're wonderful locations. Aren't they beautiful?
They are unbelievably
State-of-the-art.
nice.
State-of-the-art.
It's really nice.
They got a jar of mints the size of Machu Picchu.
Yeah, they do.
You can take about 20 when you leave. No limit mints. And solving all of the world's ED problems. Initial visit is just $99. You get the medical consult with the licensed medical provider, the TMPSA test. If medically advised, you get a test dose. And if it doesn't work in the office, that visit is free. They got an expert staff. And if you're like a lot of men, you could be doing it the day after your appointment. Tri-State Men's Health. Tyvis, we got a game coming up on Monday. By the way, you and Cardale, funny together. What's with this fake beef that you got?
It's not no fake beef.
What's going on with all that?
I genuinely don't like the guy.
Well, why? Why not?
Because he think he's better than everybody.
He's such a good guy. Was he your son or were you his son?
Oh, who's the more mature one?
That's a good question. It depends on the day, I guess.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Listen.
Are you mature?
When Cardale,
you're a fun guy.
When Cardale,
you're pretty.
When he
fun
decided to move in with me, like that's when he matured and got serious about his craft. I kind of. Before he was living with me, he was putting out tweets about how class is pointless.
Oh, you got to go back to that.
I'm just saying.
Way to bring that one up, Tyvis.
I'm just stating.
None of us
facts.
remember that tweet.
Just stating the facts. I got with him. I had to put my arm around him. Teach him how we do things here at Ohio State.
Was he a fun guy to live with? Was he a pleasant roommate?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good? You have a good time together?
I love the fact. What I loved about him the most is that he's a very clean guy. And
that was gonna be my next question.
I'm a very clean guy.
So am I.
Yeah, so it was like perfect. Like, so, when people came over, they'd be like, oh, man, it's nice and it smells good. The floors is clean. There's no dishes in the sink. Like, it was really nice.
I bet all three of us here on this show, I bet Bodie is super clean as well. You clean guy, Bodie?
Just takes
like you got to vacuum once a day.
Off and throw it on the floor.
If you make a meal, if you use some dishes, you clean them right after, dry them, put them away.
Am I a clean person overall?
Yeah.
I missed the first part of that question. Sorry. Yes, I'm a pretty clean person, I'd say.
That's what I thought.
I'm not always admittedly the best with maybe vacuuming and stuff like that. But in terms of just overall organization, bed's always made every morning, clothes aren't on the floor, stuff like blankets are folded. Stuff like that.
Then take that next level, because when you go the next level to vacuuming and dusting a lot,
I do that.
Your mood and your mental health, it's going to go way up. Because if you're the guy that loves organization, because I was that way too. I was always tidy and organized, but I was reluctant to do the deeper cleansing things. And when I went there, oh man,
Gonna go from good to great.
Did it get a lot better? Yeah, it got a lot better. I mean, I could drop chips on the floor and just eat them right off.
5-second roll. How about 50 minutes?
Yeah, how about an hour roll?
Lay there. I'll eat it off the floor.
It's clean as a plate. My God, how clean that thing is.
Yeah, I vacuum a lot. Because I got kids, though, and they drop chips and stuff.
Oh, so I'm a one-a-day vacuumer.
Oh, no. I'm 3 or 4 times a day. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Wow. What shows or movies would you and Cardale watch? You remember when you're killing the last hour of the day or something? Was there a TV show you watched or movies that you guys enjoyed together?
We definitely watch Netflix from time to time, but
that Netflix.
See, him
movie.
and I was big gamers.
He played video games.
Call of Duty was our, and then it was Madden, and then that's when him and I would go at it in Madden, and him and JT with co-ed and Matt. And then their games was unbelievably competitive.
Oh, man. So I graduated from college in 2006. You remember this time frame? Do you remember what show was sweeping the nation?
In 2006?
Just before that. It might have been in like 05, but this was a show that it's crazy to think
Blue
about.
Mountain State.
No.
Friday Night Lights to Shoot.
I'm actually rewatching this on Netflix right now. It only had a 2-season run, and it was way controversial when it came out. No, Comedy Central, you're not going to get it. Chappelle Show.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, like, every single dorm room was locked into it. And we had a duel, right? So we had, a shared room in the middle, one room on the left side, one room on right side with two each.
Yeah, that's how we were.
We would meet in the main. You call that a quad? I call that, I guess. It's two rooms, 4 guys, whatever.
Yes.
Quad, dual, doesn't matter.
Your bedroom and bathrooms in this one. You had one in that one.
We called it a suite, really. We called it a suite,
Same thing.
To be honest.
It was me, it was me and Pat Elfline, and then it was Cardale and Briante.
Pat Elfline.
Yeah, we all shared.
Remington.
Yeah. Pat was my first roommate. Like,
man, some skill there. But no, we would meet in that main room in the living room area, and you had to be there at the TV when the show was airing because we didn't really have a TiVo or a DVR set up back then. We weren't taping it on VCR. I forget when it aired, but it was late enough. We were all around, and so we would just watch that show, and it was the biggest thing ever, and it was great. But Tyvis, it's matchup time. We've got the Notre Dame Fighting Irish coming up here. Cardale Jones just kind of broke down the Riley Leonard factor there in the game. But what top 2 or 3 matchups are you looking at that could determine the outcome of this Ohio State-Notre Dame game? I want to say Notre Dame's dealt with some injuries. And why am I blanking on his last name, Bodie? But Riley, the defensive tackle, one of the captains. What's that?
Mills, yeah.
Riley Mills, the other Riley on defense. Tough loss for them, but they've had to step up, and obviously they've been able to rally and get to the spot here in the national title.
Yeah, so some of the key matchups, I got like 3 of them. The first one that I'm looking at is Sonny Styles versus Jeremiah Love. The reason why I be is because obviously we've seen in the Texas game, Sonny Styles in coverage, maybe it's a weakness there. And I think that Notre Dame is going to try to exploit that to see indeed if Sonny Styles can or cannot cover, and they'll do that probably with Jeremiah Love, maybe some of their other running backs that maybe can catch out the backfield. But I think that that's the one thing you want to do. You want to single him out and see if you can get some production there. So Sonny Styles have to be able to collide with these guys and be able to stick these guys in coverage. That's one matchup. Another matchup I'm looking at is Jordan Hancock versus the guy that I call Great Lakes, but his name is Great House.
It's a great name too.
They should.
It's fantastic.
He could get sponsored by Great Lakes if he decides.
Does he like a good Christmas ale? Because Jaden Greathouse for Great Lakes.
Yeah. So Greathouse, obviously, the receiving game for Notre Dame hasn't been great this year, but as of lately, he's been a guy that's been like a bright spot. He got some juice to him. So Jordan Hancock has been a guy that you really don't hear much about because he does such a great job of sticking guys in coverage. He'll have to do that. He'll have to do that on Monday, obviously, with this Greathouse kid, because if he starts to get loose, that's another element that you'll have to worry about that the secondary have to adjust to. But I think Jordan Hancock couldn't handle it, but obviously he hasn't really been tested that much, so this is a chance for him to be tested in that game. I think he will answer the call. And then my last one is JTT versus whoever they decide to put at left tackle. I know JTT is dealing with an ankle injury and all of those things, but if they got their 3rd string left tackle out there, you absolutely have to eat, because I think they're going to slide protection and help with Jack Sawyer's guy, which they probably going to help on JTT too because it's the 3rd string guy. But if you get a one-on-one matchup, you absolutely have to get home and make Riley Leonard pay.
Yeah, you talked about their running back there, Jeremiah Love, and I got to tell you, how much did you love that short yardage score?
He got
one of the great short yardage scores you're ever going to see.
Yeah, he got some juice.
That really was fantastic. I can't even imagine how Bodie was reacting when he had I don't know how he kept the knees off the turf when he dove for the end zone for the goal line there.
Bodie is a fired up fan. I remember, what game was we watching when we was in here watching it?
I don't know, but I think I almost threw my shoulder when Love got in the end zone.
Who did they play before them? It was Georgia.
Georgia.
We was in here watching. He was just fired up back there with Notre Dame.
Was that the night we had another Buckeye basketball game?
No, that was a CBJ Shorty night. That was only a 30-minute show that night.
Okay. Was it their win over Penn State where we were here for a Buckeye Hoops
Thursday.
game? Yeah. So I got to peek through the glass and see Bodie for much of the night because I stayed here for the entire deal when the Buckeyes had the game against Oregon. So it was something. I honestly don't know how he was able to do his job while paying attention to that football game, the level of fan that he is.
He is the exact opposite of me. I watch the game, and I'm just very calm. He is very animated.
A little bit. Yeah, he wears it right there for all to see. 3 of Ohio State's games next year are viewed to be some of the top games of the entire season. Not a big surprise, but the 4th is also a top 15 game, and you might not be thinking about what that is, but we're going to discuss it in the College Football Pulse next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here at The Fan, it's always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
Through the magic of modern technology, I'm coming to you from inside your garbage disposal.
Hey, what are you doing down here?
I was telling folks about Who are you?
Garbage disposal monster. I eat the things people put in here. Nom 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 nom.
Oh?
Sometimes I get sick.
I was just about to say, the pros who knows from Apex are brilliant at fixing garbage disposals. You're really a monster?
Look here. These teeth, they're all busted.
Oh.
They're for food, not forks. You hear up there?
Gee, what else?
Crazy noises like clingety, 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 clingety. Call Apex Pros.
Sure.
Sometimes I smell funny.
I didn't want to draw attention to it.
Call Apex Pros.
And what's going on now there?
Smoking. It's a bad habit. We're not supposed to smoke.
Well, you heard it straight from the garbage disposal monster.
Rawr.
Call the pros who knows. Apex Pros.
Hi, it's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Nom 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 nom.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
Hey, Ohio State fan, are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye Meal at BK. For $20, you'll get 1 juicy flame grill Whopper sandwich, 1 original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye Meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
It's Toyota truck and all-wheel drive season with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including the best-selling Toyota Camry. It's all hybrid all the time with available all-wheel drive. Now through February 3rd, get 4.99 APR financing on Camry or lease a Camry LE from just $289 a month for 39 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Betty Wells. We'll start with college basketball. Tonight, the Ohio State men are on the road for a matchup against number 24 Wisconsin. The Buckeyes and Badgers will tip off at 9 o'clock tonight in Madison. Our fan coverage gets started here in about an hour at 8 with Timmy Hall in the warm-up show. In hockey, the Blue Jackets play the first of a quick 2-game homestand tonight as they host the Philadelphia Flyers. They're just about to get underway right now over at Nationwide Arena. The CBJ are looking to pick up their 5th win in a row. NBA tonight, the Cavaliers are on the road against the Indiana Pacers. They're about to tip off right now over in Indianapolis. Cleveland looks to bounce back after the Pacers snapped their 12-game win streak on Sunday evening in Cleveland. And we continue to inch our way closer to next week's national championship game. Next Monday night in Atlanta, it'll be Ohio State against Notre Dame for the title. Kickoff is set for 7:30. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Hour 2 of the program. Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell, all you fine Buckeye fans getting ready for the national championship on Monday night. Buckeyes and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Bodeman, what do we got going on in the sport we know and love tonight?
Timmy, we have one game left in this college football season, but it's never too early to look ahead to next year, I guess.
We got a lot more this year, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. Next season, I should say. 24/7 Sports, they listed their top 25 games for next season. The Buckeyes had 3 games on the list, and all 3 of them were pretty high near the top of the list. Number 1 is going to be a rematch of the game we just saw about, 5 days ago, give or take. Texas at Ohio State to open the season on August 30th. Number 5 is Penn State at Ohio State. That game will be played on November 1st. And then number 13 on the list is on October 11th, Ohio State at Illinois. Don't think too many people would have guessed that. Now and especially heading into this season.
You missed number 8.
Oh, did I miss one? I'm sorry.
Number 8 is the game. Yeah. Buckeyes going back to Michigan. And
so
that
4 games on the list.
And that one that you just said, though, was kind of the one that I think... Illinois, yeah. Illabuck game.
Battle for the
Let's
Illabuck
go.
time. Show some respect.
I mean, our boss Fish, I'm sure, is jacked up for that one. He's an Illinois
Wait
alum.
a minute. What is this list now? The top what?
Top 25 games of the 2025 season. And the Illinois game is number 13.
Wait a minute. You're talking all conferences.
All the games of the year. That Ohio State-Illinois game has been circled by some.
They won 10 games this year.
They're a good team. They're a good team.
13?
Yeah, 13.
It tells me there's not.
Here's the caption.
There must not be a lot of good football games.
Can I read? No, there's going to be some good football games. Can I give you the caption? It says, and this is exactly what I would have been thinking of. I would have been thinking of the coach that's there, how he's a very experienced guy and has been able to win big games in the past.
Where the game at?
It's at Illinois. So it's a road game. Brett Bielema and the Fighting Illini bring back 16 starters from a 10-win team, but they have beat one of the Big Ten's best to be respected in 2025. So that doesn't make grammatical sense. But they have beat one of the big... They have to beat one of the Big Ten's best to be respected in 2025. That's what happens when you put out these big, giant articles like this. They don't get proofread or edited to the best degree. That's what it was saying. No, I get that. Illinois, to me, has been right in that next group. You talk about Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, Michigan, that upper tier. Mm-hmm. Illinois has been banging down the door. They even played Michigan supremely tough in the year that they wound up winning the national championship. They were right there in the end. I even think Brett was, I can still see Bielema. I forget the details of it, but he was beside himself on getting screwed.
I think there was a pass interference call late in that one that helped Michigan set up their final score potentially.
And I think I'm with Bert on that. Yeah. I think if we went back and watched the film, I think in the moment I was also saying, oh my God, they're getting screwed.
And then in the bowl game this year, him and Shane Beamer almost went out swinging.
Now, I think we were on the air, or I want to say we were on the air when that was happening, so I didn't get a full scope. Were you privy to that, how Shane Beamer and Brett Bielema pretty much wanted to kill each other after the bowl game, Illinois and South Carolina? Yeah. What was that over? Like gamesmanship, signals you make for the kickoff return?
Brett Bielema was mad because I guess Virginia Tech did
South Carolina.
Or excuse me.
Yeah.
The color,
Not Frank Beamer.
The colors haunt me. I'm sorry.
I know.
Every time I see that color, I just think of Virginia Tech. Anyways,
you hear a name Beamer. Yeah.
So, anyways, when you do this on kickoff, kick return, that means that you're not returning it. I guess. Well, they did that. South Carolina did that and then returned it.
Right.
And
because it's not like you're giving a fair catch.
He was upset because he was like, obviously we want to keep the game safe. So I tell my guys to throttle down when they see this signal, and they tried to dupe them, basically.
It's almost like Kenny Pickett hitting you with the fake slide.
Right.
You pretty much are forced as a defender to stay away. It's not. And they took that rule right out of the game, which was the right thing.
It's putting 12 men on the field.
It is.
Accidentally, air quotes, when you know you're taking advantage of it.
The fake slide is worse than that to me, though, because you are literally forcing that defender to stay off of you because you could get ejected from the game.
We have
if
gone
you engage.
so far with protecting quarterbacks that that play had to be.
And they did. They eradicated it right after it. The Kenny Pickett rule
took advantage of it.
And then the Dan Lanning's rule.
Yeah.
That's just for you, Bodie.
As far as the rest of that list goes, I'll just read the top 5 here. Don't need to go through all 25. Mentioned Texas at Ohio State's number 1. LSU at Alabama is number 2. Number 3 is Texas at Georgia. So those teams, I don't know how many times they've played before this season, but that'll be the 3rd time they've played in just a couple years there. Number 4 is Notre Dame at Miami, also on August 30th. So Texas at Ohio State, Notre Dame at Miami, 2 pretty good games there to open the season. Then, like I said, number 5 is Penn State at Ohio State. Moving on here.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. I'll make up for it now.
I would say the start of that list caught me because I was reviewing this one. Who's someone that's in college football now that we're all probably a little bit interested to see how the project goes?
Yeah, Belichick.
Bill Belichick.
Oh, they playing.
They put the North Carolina. I think they did it just because it's Bill Belichick's first game, which
that's
I'm
not
cool with.
To me, that's not even like Harbaugh coming back to college. It's Bill Belichick.
It's Bill Belichick.
Like, I don't care who Carolina's playing.
Like, and it's TCU in Chapel Hill.
If they get smoked, man.
I don't know, right? Obviously, the guy can coach as well as anybody.
And he can connect with the mid-20-year-olds. We know that much.
Oh, my God. Y'all got to stop.
That's pretty good. Yes! Bodie! Good! That is good. Hey, she was there supporting him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just wrong. It's just too
I think that's beautiful.
weird.
Tim. This is America.
He's 74? He's like 50 years old.
He's a young 74.
A young 74.
Maybe she's an old 24.
Bodie, I got to tell you, that was an all-time line. That was an all-time line out of you. What's next?
Transfer portal news. I think everybody would be sort of in favor of this one. The coaches definitely are. A unanimous show of support. FBS coaches voted on Tuesday, today, in favor of a proposal that would reduce college football's transfer windows down to a single 10-day period in January.
This is big.
That'd be January 2nd through the 12th. So almost at the end of the season. Only 4 teams left, or 4 to 8, give or take, depending on how the quarterfinals and semifinals.
I got a lot of questions about this.
The one thing I wasn't sure about, though, in the ESPN article here said that such a move would eliminate the current portal windows in both December and April.
Right, so they're taking
shorter window.
They're taking the post-spring football window
and
away. That's a key one.
The December one makes a ton of sense. Like, why do we need the portal to open up the same week that conference championship games
start? You don't think the post-spring practice one makes a lot of sense?
No, I do. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why they would eliminate that one. Like, some guys get through the spring and
see where you're at on the depth chart.
3rd or 4th.
Yeah, and it's time to go.
It's a guy like Lincoln Kingholm.
Absolutely.
If he decides to stick around and he gets beat out in the spring, I'm not staying for the season.
No,
I'm leaving.
They got to keep that. We got to call that the Lincoln Kingholm's rule.
And that's
going to be his.
Easy to have. Like, the problem with the one that we just finished up with, or I guess it's still kind of ongoing because Notre Dame and Ohio State will have a few more days after the season ends to jump in the portal if any players want to. The problem with that one, obviously, is December. Like, we still got the season going on, especially the postseason now with the expanded playoffs.
Wait, when does
in April, But in
when
April,
now?
like
when
this,
is it now? What were the dates? I mean,
well,
they already passed. It was in
closed,
December.
But Notre Dame and Ohio State, and maybe even the teams who just lost, Penn State and Texas.
Well, no, like Devin Brown's in the portal.
Yeah,
he's in the portal. You had to announce back then, though.
I don't think you did. I'm pretty sure you still have 5 days after your team's.
Oh, they have
ends.
exceptions for the teams that are in it. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
But the thing with the April one is just like, well, it's the end of the spring semester. Like, it's fine. It's not, the season isn't ongoing. Like that one, I don't know. Just do it a week. You know, it doesn't have to be super long. Do it 5 days. Do it 7 days. But that one doesn't affect the season, so I don't see why they would eliminate that.
If they're going to kick it into early January and they came up with dates that are still going to be shy of the end of the season, so I don't know. I know there's talk about how the actual academic calendar comes into play with this, but I mean, come on, right? That's what I'm saying.
School,
come on, like we can't make an exception for that. Like that I think you could come to an agreement with. Like if the school is going to accept you, you can be a little bit late, or you can at least be practicing with the football team. You know,
yeah.
Or like
I think
ready
that
to
one,
go
though, makes a ton of sense. If you move it from January to the January 2nd to 12th, give or take, even if they move it a day or two, you're eliminating now every team but the last 4 or 8, which at least cleans up.
Well, why not just why not just go back another couple weeks then into January?
Well, then you're
into the semester, obviously, but you're already into the semester on January 12th.
Barely. I mean, I think,
but you're in.
Yeah, but barely.
Barely.
I mean, they started, I think Notre Dame started class this week, Monday, yesterday. I assume Ohio State was probably the same. I don't know off the top of my head. But
does that sound about right, Tyvis?
Yes.
Thinking back to it.
Okay, so that's...
No, they might have started like January
last week,
3rd.
maybe?
No way.
6th, 7th, 8th, 9th-ish?
Yeah, I thought it was always like...
I feel like it could have been maybe 5 days after January 1st, back to it.
I'm thinking of quarters. Quarters. Because when I first came to OSU, I started like January 3rd or something like that, but I was on quarters.
Yeah. But I still think, at least if they go through with this, it would clean up a lot of the process. And then,
it's a big
Penn
thing,
State's
though.
quarterback.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a big thing. They want to come up with a system. I think they need to keep looking at this. I don't... The point to be made, Tyvis, is that if there's going to be player compensation, right, you would think that they need some kind of seat at the table when decisions like this are being made. Because this is a...
that would make too much sense.
That would make too much sense, right? Or they're kind of saying...
let them get too much into the process.
Well, we're paying you, so we're going to make all the decisions about what we do with your careers.
Well, that's interesting, because while speaking of compensation and paying, we are paying to give somebody some tickets away.
Oh.
Got some Ohio State men basketball tickets. You can win 2 tickets to the Ohio State men's basketball game against Indiana this Friday, January 17th at 8 p.m. It's a whiteout night. Wear white. Tickets on sale through ohiostate.com.
There's also a trading card event with Greg Oden that you can read more about at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
Look at that.
Before that game as well. My son's going to it.
That's what I was about to say.
He's huge
He's
into
that. Yeah.
He's huge into that. He's ready to get that custom Geo card and have Geo himself.
What's the one-of-one card he got?
Jack's got a one-of-one
you just got
David Montgomery card.
Was that it?
Yeah, it's
you opened the pack, and it was...
Are we giving away those tickets now, or was that a tease?
Now.
Okay.
Yeah.
614-821-9710. Caller number 4. Jeremiah Love. And Jeremiah Smith. Mostly Love.
Crazy bastard, you. Just do it. All right, we are going to open up the 1-900 line and hear from the smoothest tones in college football. That's Ohio State defensive coordinator Jim Knowles. You're going to notice something nice about him today. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
Attention, Buckeye Nation. Get ready and grab a Coors Light to cheer on our Ohio State Buckeyes as we fight for a spot in the championship. We know there's nothing like game day in Columbus. So whether you're at the tailgate, the bar, or just watching from home, choose chill. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
For 100 years, our passion at Atlas Butler has been helping people. From those who have relied on us for years to those who call us for the first time. For our team, their families, and our community, Atlas Butler is here to keep Central Ohio safe and comfortable with trusted, convenient service. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
High-scoring offense and lockdown defense are the ingredients of a winning team. For every other ingredient, Buckeye fans trust Giant Eagle and Market District. Ready-to-eat prepared foods, a thrilling selection of fresh favorites, and everyday value from our family of brands are game day go-tos. Plus, like the Buckeyes pile up points on the court, you can score perks and earn free gas and groceries with My Perks. Giant Eagle, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Get ready, Buckeye fans. Donato's just added something special to the pizza playbook. Introducing Donato's new Block O pizza. Donato's golden thin crust cut in that trademark Block O shape, loaded with crispy pepperoni, smoked provolone cheese, and Buckeye Spirit. It's the perfect pizza for game day or any day in Buckeye country. Now get a Block O pizza for just $10 with any pizza purchase. Order today with the Donato's app or at donatos.com.
If you have an unhealthy obsession with the Blue Jackets, we have just the remedy. Join us Wednesday nights at 7 for the Inside Edge. All the Jackets and hockey conversation you can handle. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Don't miss a minute of the Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Celebrate the culmination of the 2024 season with all of Buckeye Nation and follow along on the official athletic site from the opening postseason kickoff to the final whistle in Atlanta. We have you covered. It's the 2024 Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/postseason central now for more information. Go Bucks!
Ohio State championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
As a child, I had the same hopes and dreams as other children. I just didn't have the same resources to achieve them, but I found the help I needed to be my best. I was a CareSource kid. CareSource is so much more than Medicaid. They help families overcome a lot of their day-to-day struggles, and that made a lasting difference in the lives of kids like me.
CareSource, your Medicaid, your choice. Visit caresource.com/Medicaid.
It's Toyota truck and all-wheel drive season with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including the best-selling RAV4. Now through February 3rd, get 4.99 APR financing on new gas-powered 24 or 25 RAV4s. Or lease a gas-powered 25 RAV4 LE for $339 a month for 36 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloudy skies, a brisk finish with scattered snow showers on this Tuesday. A little bit of accumulation possible, but drying out overnight. Temperatures around 20 this evening, down to the single digits by Wednesday morning, and the wind chills below zero. During the day Wednesday, we'll see plenty of sunshine. Temperatures still struggling with a high only around 20 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Buckeye Talk and the latest updates on Ryan Day's beard. You're listening to the Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis, happy Tuesday. We got Buckeye men's basketball coming up here at 9 o'clock tonight. Warm-up coverage at 8. Bodie, you ready for a good long night together? You and me.
I hope we go double overtime again.
I do too.
Also, let's not tip off at 9. Let's go
How
maybe
about 11?
Quarter after.
No, how about let's get crazy. Let's tip off at midnight.
Did I see correctly? And I guess it would have been this way Friday night, but obviously it was going into Saturday that Brandon Beam is going to be here Monday night until 2 a.m.
He's my guy, man.
What?
He's my guy.
Turn around into morning juice 4 hours
typically,
later.
when we started doing this, so it's only a few nights out of the year, and I agree with it. Like I would want to be there on my show
as Beamer wants to be there for all the fine fans of Morning Juice. I'm not missing my show after we win the national championship or in the national championship. It's just what Bodie's referring to is post Morning Juice. He's going to be there on Monday, and then we've got a national championship game on Monday. And we just played this all out on Wednesday. I think he was there New Year's Day. I think they started the morning with Morning Juice on New Year's Day. Yeah. Because it was the day of the Rose Bowl, and that was a big game. So it's the third time this has happened.
5 o'clock, though.
Right. You know, that one was fine because that was a mid-afternoon game. We were only here till 10. Still a later day, working the double shift. But, yeah, you're talking about on the air Monday morning at 6 a.m. So he's in here at 4:30 or whenever he checks in, 5 a.m. Maybe he rolls in at 5:58. I don't know. No, not Beam. And then we're going to be here till probably 2 a.m. for our post-game coverage after the national championship game. And then he's on the air at 6 on Tuesday.
Listen, I don't mean to try to influence any voters, although only 2 out of the 3 of us can vote, but that sounds like January Employee of the Month stuff to me. Tyvus, we got to get you
we gotta wait
on
to
the
see.
Tegna payroll so, you can get a...
Bodie, we gotta wait to see what his performance is, not just the showing up.
I gotta be honest,
we gotta make sure that he's great.
As somebody who's been in here for those morning shifts, performance isn't at the top of the list. It's just showing up, man. If you're here, that's all
fair.
I ask.
That's fair.
Get here at 6. No, Beam's gonna do fantastic. Tyvus, you have really come to love listening to our defensive coordinator, Jim Knowles, haven't you?
He got a smooth voice.
It's a great listen, isn't it?
It is.
So I will preface this.
He could be like him and Paul Keels could have like
an hour together.
Yeah.
They just do the hour. And I know Jim has come on to the coaches show several times throughout the year. Doesn't Ryan sometimes leave for that last segment? You've run board for the Ryan Day show before, Bodie, and they might have. I can remember seeing one of the ones that I stepped in and ran live because Skip Mossick was out, and Jack Sawyer, foreshadowing, came by and was the guest for that last segment. I forget what week that was, but it was cool to see Jack there. I know Jim has done that. Coordinators, assistant coaches, they'll do that. So here is Jim Knowles, and I'm gonna explain to you, and I might pause this at a certain time. There's a visual element to this. Adam King, our friend from 10 TV, has this posted on his Twitter and X account. Bodie, can we get that he's on the phone. He had to hop on the phone to do some technical stuff. I'll repost this at the Buckeye Show on Twitter and X so you guys can see it. It's really good video from the press conference today of Jim breaking down the 4 plays that got the stop. The goal line stand.
Okay.
So we'll listen to it. And he's sipping coffee and taking long pauses and making noises and stuff in the middle of the breakdown.
Well, he does that anyway.
So let's listen to like the first 30 seconds or so of this and see how it's going.
First play, we got into big people. Boom. Stopped them. Second play, we were still in big people. And, which leaves you vulnerable to some crack tosses and things. And our guys practiced it, and they read it, and Caleb Downs pulled his trigger exceptionally, and everybody rallied.
Did you hear it?
Third play, we were in a red zone coverage that we haven't used before, so I think we had a good thing there. And
all right, pause. You heard the sip.
Yes.
So do you remember back to what the coverage was? The bullet point that he's hitting on right there for that third down play where Jack Sawyer got the pressure up the middle. He talked about a red zone coverage that they hadn't used.
Okay.
So they kept something hidden. Do you remember? I'm trying to think. Like I didn't go back. I watched that play 100 times. My focus was never on the secondary because it's going to cut off because Jack gets in his face.
It was nowhere to go with the ball.
Yeah.
So that's what made Quinn hold it. If he did get that pass off, he was going to throw a pick.
But do you remember what the coverage was or what was special about it? Okay. We'll have to get the all 22. I'm sure one of those other broadcasts, they've got the Skyview channel.
I'm sure they do. I haven't really.
Where you're going to be able to see that.
I got to go back and look at it.
We got to go back and look at that. I want your expertise on what they did on those last 2 plays. Let's keep going here.
Jack actually got pressure on that play.
Here we go.
And we had all the routes covered. And then I decided to stay in the same call in the next play, and it worked.
Sip.
First play, play JT made. Just
dang, you know.
This guy's one of a kind. So everybody that was in attendance at the press conference today, and it was coordinators, so I'll have some Chip Kelly here in a moment. They were just loose. Heard Stephen Means say that. He covers the team for the Plain Dealer. They just were. They were in good. The vibes were good. Loose.
Yeah, I mean, you finally here. Like you were.
It's a lot of pressure, I feel. They don't look like they're feeling a lot of pressure, even though there is some to follow this through now that you're here to do it.
They shouldn't feel pressure because at this point, they know what to expect. They know what they're going to get on Monday. They know the team that's going to come out and play on Monday. So, like, that's what I was saying. Like, when you know that, like, you can relax. That's why I said they've been on edge. Like, you got to trust your guys. You got to trust the fact that these guys are going to show up and come out there and play. Now, granted, it did take them till the playoffs to do that, but when you finally get that, like when you know you got some guys, like back when we played, like you knew. You knew these guys would show up on Saturday and ball out. Like you just kind of knew that. So you didn't have to be all uptight because you knew these guys was going to show up and make plays.
Where do you want me to go with offensive coordinator Chip Kelly here? Do you want to hear him speak about his quarterback, Will Howard? Do you want to hear him speak about Notre Dame's man coverage on defense?
Let me
hear him his opinion on Ryan Day, his protege?
No, the Notre Dame
and man coverage and how they play because they're good enough to do it.
You look at how much man they play, and the reason they do it is because they can, and no one's really exploited that with them. So I think they all can cover, so it's not like, well, just stay away from him and throw against this guy. I think all of them are really, really skilled. And I think how coordinated it is with the whole group, that they all have an understanding of where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there, and they do a really good job with it. So I know they did lose a corner early in the season, but they've seemed to just continue to roll on defense, and the statistics will show you that.
All right, what do you think about that Notre Dame secondary when you look at them?
I think he's right. I think that's why everybody's like they should just do exactly what Texas did. Well, Texas did some zone stuff, and that's just not what they do. You're going to go out, you're going to play man-to-man. These guys is good in man. They're going to play man. I think they play the ball really well. And I think that that's going to be what we're going to see. I think that they're going to have obviously, don't get me wrong, there will be a plan for Jeremiah Smith. But everybody else, I think they trust that their guys can make plays in a one-on-one situation.
Do you have a number 0 Notre Dame jersey, Bode, ma'am, for your boy Watts?
I don't, but Watts is...
He's the guy.
He's a hell of a player, man.
He's a hell of a player.
I know it would be worse for Ohio State, but I would have loved to see Morrison healthy because I think that would have been a heck of a matchup, Ohio State's receivers versus Notre Dame's secondary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Notre Dame's secondary is still really strong, even without him, which is hard to believe, but that would have been NFL versus NFL all over the field. Ohio State's receivers versus Notre Dame's defensive backs.
Yep, but still, like I said, both the OC and the DC for the Buckeyes today, they were in good spirits, having a good time, like answering the questions and everything that was happening at the press conference today. We got a lot of hoopla to get to before we get to the game on Monday, but a lot less with how the travel is and how it's not really like a bowl game now. It's the national championship. It's weird winning 2 major bowls, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's a major award. I mean, you get the Rose Bowl and the Cotton Bowl in the same week and a half span.
It's actually pretty nice.
It's pretty cool, right?
It'd be nice to be like...
You get a lot of trophies.
Especially for them, because they only had the Rose Bowl. So like they say, we got 2 Rose Bowl, a Cotton Bowl, and a Natty. Like that's... Okay.
You got a team that's just rolling off a Sugar Bowl and an Orange Bowl win, and a team running off a Rose Bowl and a Cotton Bowl win. What the hell is going on? It's pretty crazy right now. By the way, we here on the Buckeye Show are sponsored by our good friends at CareSource and by Coors Light. We do thank them. In just 2 minutes, going to tell you what head basketball coach Jake Diebler was thinking when Jack Sawyer took it 83 yards to the house. If you missed this, that's next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Our clients deserve for us to care, and they deserve to feel serviced. They have questions, and they deserve answers. We're counselors first because I'm not selling them anything. I'm trying to teach clients how to protect themselves. At Curtis & Associates, we're personal injury attorneys. We've helped and continue to help hundreds and hundreds of clients every year. That's important to us. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, call now. 614-GOT-HURT. That's 614-GOT-HURT. Curtis & Associates. Attorneys who care.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
It's Toyota truck and all-wheel drive season with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through February 3rd, get any new Highlander or Grand Highlander with 6.49 APR financing up to 72 months, including hybrid models with $1,681 per thousand borrowed, subject to approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Stickers on helmets make us happy. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis, all you fine Buckeye fans, mentioned these guys before. Tyvis and I both use the services of our friends at Tri-State Men's Health. We can tell you firsthand what they can do for you. That low testosterone treatment, tell you what, that is a game changer. And guys, it's the new year. So if you're like many of us, if you're going to make a resolution to try to improve your health, I just had somebody asking me about this on Twitter. Somebody gave me a DM, asked me about it. I said, where's that place that you guys are going? I said, Tri-State Men's Health, man. You know.
Game changer.
You know. You've been hearing us talk about them for the last year. See, he knew. And if you're feeling sluggish or you're feeling that low energy, that's where this guy was coming from, too. Sleep patterns, a little bit off, just that lack of punch to get to the end of the day, to get to bedtime. Maybe you've been working out and you're not seeing those gains that you used to. That low testosterone treatment, that can be a huge help because you start losing the 2 to 3% of this testosterone production every year, happens gradually, and then before you know it, you just don't feel like the same guy you were in your 20s or 30s. I hit the big 4-0. Tyvis is making his way through his 30s too. It's a dangerous thing. Got to make sure he's on top of that. Can't have that decrease in the libido. No. All the misses out there have to feel happy all the time. Cost of that first appointment for that low testosterone treatment is $99. You get all the medical consultations in the world that you'll need, TMPSA test. And if you sign up for the testosterone treatment the day of the appointment, your visit is free. So do check them out at tristatemenshealth.com. Wonderful locations right here in town. Can't be better. So we got basketball on tap. Quick, before we get to the Ohio State stuff and what Jake Diebler said about Jack Sawyer, we got some NBA here, Cavs and Pacers. Can't believe the Cavs dropped that one at home to Indiana, but they got a chance to get him back on the road. Donovan Mitchell went off in the first quarter, 19 points, 7 of 9 shooting, hit a few threes. It's a 37-30 lead for the Indiana Pacers. Got to be happy with that, Tyvis.
I actually predicted it today. I went on the Cleveland show and said they're
getting the job done.
I expected him to have a big game because he, when they played, his last couple of games haven't been good. He played OKC, had a really rough night shooting. Raptors game, he didn't play in that game, and then this Pacers game, the last time they played, he didn't have a really good game. So I thought at some point he's got to have a big game. And yeah, he's answering the call right now.
You guys know how much I love basketball. Just the sport in general is my first love, and then I mainly became a college basketball first guy, and I'm gaga over that.
Is it because the Wizards stink?
I was a big Bullets into the Wizards fan when I was a kid. I did. You had the Steve Urkel story of seeing him courtside.
When Michael Jordan signed with the Wizards, you was ecstatic.
It was happy. Yeah, that was cool to see.
Did you go to a game?
You know what? I was not in Northern Virginia anymore when that happened, but I did see in person both times the Wizards played at the Jazz.
Okay.
You know, you only get one of those games, cross-conference, Eastern Conference, Western Conference, one home, one road. Both years I was there.
Mike live.
I did. And the entire Delta Center was overtaken by Fairweather Jordan. You're probably not a Fairweather Jordan fan, but they all updated and bought the Wizards Jordan jersey. They weren't just like wearing their Bulls Jordan jerseys. They had to all be Jazz fans too. But for that night, they all became Jordan fans.
They should have been mad at him because they say he pushed off.
He did not.
That's what they say.
He absolutely did not. If we go into a full breakdown, Zapruder film of that play, Brian Russell, we always want to say Byron, right? I think it's Brian Russell, the Jazz player. The R is before the Y. He is on skates. He is back. He is in a full sprint trying to catch up and get in defensive position. And Jordan does have a hand there, but Russell is gone. Like, he is taken off. He is not going to be able to stop.
I agree with you.
It's no push off.
But 90% of the world said he pushed off.
No, he didn't. By the way, before I go to the Buckeyes, I used to do this with Beamer. The top 5 scores in the NBA. I've been watching a little bit more NBA here. I've been watching NBA TV, doing a brief catch-up in the morning, spending like 15, 20 minutes on the key highlights. So that's been enjoyable, doing that in the last week, putting that into my routine. Who are the top 5 leading scorers in the NBA right now? Do you think you can get those? They're all really big names.
Okay.
Between the two of you.
Giannis.
Yes, that's number 1. He's 31.4 points per game.
SGA.
He's tied with Giannis, 31.4.
Nikola Jokic.
The Joker is at 31.2.
Jason Tatum.
I knew Tatum was in there, yeah.
28.1. He is 4th. You got them all in order right now. Very good.
Finish it off, Tives.
I will.
It's another huge name.
It's a big name.
Think big.
Really?
Think big. One of the best.
Steph
Always has
Curry?
been. No.
Durant?
Yeah. There you go. Just like a Notre Dame score, Bodie gets it right. So, did you guys see Jake Diebler's comments about Jack Sawyer? It's always a thing, right, when you're going to get to the men's basketball coaches press conference and they're in their season and they're doing their thing, and then you're asking them about the football team, right?
Yeah.
But they do a good job. They know that this is a special time for the football team. They know that they're chasing a national championship, and people are into that. And they're into it too, they're good Buckeyes as well. They're showing support. They use football games for recruiting trips. They show that off.
Yep.
And you'll see some football players occasionally
go to a basketball.
Check out a major basketball game.
I did that when I was in high school. We came to a basketball game.
Yeah.
I think they was playing Wisconsin.
Yeah. And I imagine when you get like those big time non-conference matchups, like you think when Coach K and Duke are coming to town, they're not really going above and beyond. If that fits into a recruiting weekend, they're going to use that, right? But Jack Sawyer's basketball background came up, and Jake's thought bubble, his opinion about the return, because he's watching the game, right? And he talked about this past week when he watched that play. He said, you know what? I think his basketball background might have helped him with that little scoop and score he had at the end of the game. And then he kind of joked. He said, we'll pretend that basketball helped him get that done. Almost like running the floor, getting out in transition, that sort of thing. And I did see on various Twitter accounts, Jack Sawyer's Pick North basketball highlights were kind of making the rounds. He's an athletic son of a gun. Like, he's a good player, right? These guys all can play multiple sports, or either baseball,
like
football, basketball. Like Lincoln Keenholz was a hell of a multi-sport star. But the other side of this that I thought was funny that you guys might have missed, Jeff Bowles had he retweeted the play, and he was really excited about that. Jeff Bowles, former Buckeye assistant with Thad Matta, who is the head coach for all you Ohio Bobcats fans. OU, oh yeah. I love Jeff as a coach and just as a person. He's great. He was the first guy to offer Jack Sawyer a basketball scholarship. He was at Stony Brook in New York. And Jeff retweeted and said, yeah, I think he made the right decision. You know, football, Ohio State, basketball, Stony Brook.
Wait a minute, how tall is Jack? Ain't he like 6'3", 6'4"?
I think he's in that 6'4", 6'5" range.
Guard.
Well, he wasn't a guard. That's the thing.
That's what I'm
right?
saying. Yeah, like
so he would have had to be. I mean, how tall is Jayshawn Tate? He's like 6'4" and plays that small forward, almost power forward like position.
But
just because he's a dog, he's good,
I guess,
and athletic and can get up. Jack's 6'5", 260.
But he
is his
ain't,
list.
I'm saying like professionally though.
Right? No,
that's what I'm saying.
Well, he was being offered a scholarship to Stony Brook.
Well,
which again, I'm sure it's beautiful. That's up in New York, so that's where Jeff Bowles had to go to get his first head coaching gig.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came back to OU, where I know he wanted to be. Jake Diebler to some of the basketball things coming up on the game. What's the roster update?
No update on Michi right now. And as far as the team goes, we should be full go.
I did see that he's really pleased about, other than Michi, full participation in practice and having good, energetic, tough practices. Mm-hmm. I feel like he's been saying that for a while. Like, practicing hard has not been the issue. You want to see some of it translate now into these games and these late game situations where they can pull it out.
Yeah, I'm sure at some point we'll see them, push the rock, get back to the things that he preached.
Transition, right?
Yeah.
Get out and run a little bit.
Get out there and run. Because a lot of teams can't do that for 4 quarters.
No, find a way to get some easy buckets. This Wisconsin team, they've got an offense now. They're a little bit better offensively than they are defensively. Sort of a shock to the system to anybody watching Wisconsin basketball.
I was going to say, that's not how they used to be.
No, not.
Dude, Nigel Hayes, is that the guy?
Nigel Hayes. I think that was a recruit that got away. I think that was a Buckeye recruit, too.
His brother was a football player here, Kenny.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Nigel is he Toledo?
I think so.
Toledo guy?
Yeah, I think, is it TCC, Toledo Central Catholic, maybe?
That's old Dane Sonsenbacher's spot, if it is. Might be.
Are they blue and yellow?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Got to call up Dane. He'll know. I was looking at the Ohio State football Twitter next feed. It had a certain theme, and it was pretty cool. Share that with you next in #Buckeyes. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove, not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. Oh no, I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my 2 best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keep making plans to learn more.
Warehouse workers in Columbus. Uline is expanding in the Columbus area, and they're looking for exceptional people to get the building up and running. The company's growth creates new opportunities and job stability employees can count on. Warehouse workers earn pay starting from $25 an hour, plus substantial bonuses and great benefits. Sign up for Uline's Talent Network for email updates about warehouse opportunities. Learn more at uline.jobs/Ohio. That's uline.jobs/Ohio.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag #BuckeyesCare.
It's a new year for Buckeye fans. Why not make your dream game day setup a reality with Bob's Discount Furniture? Score unbeatable values on super comfortable sectionals, perfect for catching instant replays, feature-packed media centers, and halftime snack-ready dining sets. All for hundreds, even thousands less than the competition. So stop in and see how much you can save at Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Bo. The Fan.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change anxiety. Picture expert technicians who are quick, but not rushed. When you hear the bell, breathe in and out. Now, let go of your oil change anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today and find automotive peace. No appointment needed.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Kansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Timmy and Tyvis on a Taco Tuesday. I'm going to get some tacos tonight.
I had a burrito earlier.
You did?
Chipotle.
You did?
Nice. It was delicious. I ate every last bite of it.
You see, we did fajita. You were asking me last night. I wasn't even sure what the dinner plan was. We did fajitas last night. So I'm just going to go right into a Taco Tuesday. And then maybe I'll do Burrito Wednesday. Honestly, I could eat like Latin or Mexican food every night of the week. It's that good on the palate for me.
Still got to get this Ina's or Anya's or whatever it's called.
I don't know what you're.
It's
I don't know what you're talking about.
Caribbean place that's like 10 minutes from here.
Caribbean.
That somebody when I was doing Bishop and Friends, I said I wanted some jerk chickens. And everybody.
A jerk chicken spot would be good. I haven't had jerk chicken.
That's what I'm talking about. This
in a long time. Okay.
Like 10 minutes from here, and I got to get it one day. It won't be tonight because I think they're probably closed by now. But
you can handle that kind of spice?
Yeah, I'm not doing like just a little dab is all you need. Listen,
oh, come on, just a little dab. Come on now,
let me tell you, I went to Jamaica, right? So I went to go visit my father before.
Father's Jamaican.
And this was 2017. I went to go visit my father.
Oh, it's spicy.
Which is probably, this was like the second time I've met him as an adult, right? And the first thing, he was like, let's get something to eat. So we got some jerk chicken. And I'm trying to show off. I took the jerk sauce and I sprinkled the whole thing on it.
Boy.
He looked at me and he said,
are you all right? You going to be good?
You going to eat it like that? I'm like, yeah. Like, it can't be that bad. He said, I only use a dab of that. So I ate it, and it was the hottest thing I've ever had in my life. So from that moment forward, it's only a little dab. Just a little dab is all you need, and that's it.
We got together as like a big family group 4 or 5 years ago when my last grandparent passed away. And so we got a big like family group, and we rented a spot close to where they were from in Chesterton, Indiana. So we were up in close to Michigan City, like right on Lake Michigan in Northwest Indiana. We stayed at a spot, and there was a wonderful
Jamaican jerk chicken spot. We went there 2 nights in a row.
I'm sure you did.
We had 15 to 20 people in this house, staying in this lake house.
Yeah.
It was humongous. And we had some fun there for the weekend. And I think that's the last time I've had that type of food.
No, it's been a while.
Very tasty.
It's been a while since I had some, man, and it's calling. One of these nights, I just got to go over there.
You do the plantains? You like the plantains? I'm not big on them.
Big on them either.
I just like the rice and the spicy chicken.
The rice and peas. I do the cabbage, or I do the mac and cheese and some jerk chicken.
It's got a good glaze on it.
Ooh, man.
I like that. All right, so I'm looking at Ohio State football's straight-up Twitter and X account. It's a good one to keep tabs on for this week, right? At Ohio State FB. What's it saying right here? Official Twitter of the Ohio State Buckeyes. I never really read the caption. 8-time national champs, 39-time Big Ten champs, 7 Heisman trophies. It's good stats, right?
I can't wait till we get another Heisman winner. Like it's two things.
I'm like updating the national championships more.
Yeah, but my thing is like I've seen that in my time. Like it's 2 things that I want to see like in my time here, and I want to see us get somebody to go number 1 overall in the draft, and I want to see somebody win the Heisman. Those are the 2 things. I've seen pretty much everything. I've lived almost everything else, but those 2 things I haven't seen us. Win a Heisman. Well, I guess Troy did it, but like I'm talking about since I've been there and now. Like I want to see somebody win a Heisman, and I want to see somebody be the first pick.
I'm with you, and it's hard to honestly.
I'm mad CJ got robbed.
CJ got robbed, right? But those games are those games. I get it. I understand. Not winning the rivalry game and leaving your stamp. And he didn't perform. He didn't have bad numbers in those games.
Who, CJ?
CJ.
No,
yeah,
he did.
Still had some mistakes, though, that were costly. And that's how that goes. But I was thinking about Jeremiah Smith, right? And how, like, this guy couldn't get to the Heisman Trophy ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at what his numbers. I know he just had the 1 for 3.
Was he in the Biletnikoff race?
I mean, he didn't even win the Freshman of the Year. and then he had a great game. Yeah. Colin Simmons for Texas, who won the Sean Alexander Award. He had a great game. He did. But Jeremiah is just unbelievable. It's hard to imagine a world where he's not even in the Heisman ceremony. Like, you think about him in the next year or two, you giving him a shot to win it? I am.
The Biletnikoff?
The Heisman. Devontae Smith wins the Heisman. You can't picture Jeremiah winning it?
I don't see how you could. Marv was in it. Marv was in it.
This guy's every bit as good. But the Ohio State football Twitter account, it has just got a nice feed. If you scroll down a few tweets, a lot of their Bucks in the pros. I love the retweets, and I love the compilation of all these. A lot of guys that are doing work in the playoffs right now, but even some that aren't, like Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson had 101 receptions, 1,104 yards, 7 touchdowns, all career highs with the Jets, who had a rough go this year. Yeah. 5th player in history with 80 catches and 1,000 yards in all of his first 3 seasons.
He need to get out of there.
My goodness.
I
know.
He need to get out of there. I hate the fact that he's that talented of a guy, and he is not
winning games. Yeah, playing in some more important football games. Houston Texans, the retweet from them, 2 playoff wins for CJ, 7 so far in his career, just the beginning. Not as good of a all-around statistical year this year, but hey, who the heck cares? He's 1 win away in Kansas City of being in an AFC championship game, and you never know. How about the Josh Allen to Curtis Samuel 55-yard touchdown against Denver? Nice little move by Curtis right there.
And Curtis is one of those guys that I thought once they moved on from Stephon Diggs, I thought that he would be an underrated signing for them. I thought him and Josh Allen to get there, and he'd have a nice career with Josh Allen to kind of finish off his career. And I don't know what happened. He kind of fell under the wayside. I guess, Khalil Shakur kind of became the guy.
Uh-huh.
So he kind of
and they got Keon Coleman there, too.
Yeah, so he kind of fell to the wayside, but it was nice to see him still make those plays. Because when he was with Carolina with Cam.
And then was in D.C.
Yeah.
And he was always injured a little bit. He always had some injury issues.
He's such an explosive athlete.
Oh, my goodness. He is. He really is. I mean, he was a running back at Ohio State, but we always knew he was skilled enough and talented enough to play wide receiver. But that's not as easy as it sounds, making that switch to play that position at the highest level in the world and in the league. So he's done that. I also didn't realize C.J. Stroud is the first Texans quarterback to win multiple playoff games. He's the first. I know it's a newer franchise, I know, but still, that's kind of a wild stat.
I guess that is true because Deshaun, I think, won one playoff game, I think.
Yeah. And then there's just a bunch of scary Terry McLaurin tweets that the Buckeye Twitter account just refreshed. And I'm very thankful to them for doing that.
Must be nice.
Oh, man, look, Jaden Daniels was just up on the screen there on NFL Network. Well, Tyvis, what do you got? We got a bowl. We got a national championship preview show with our network boys tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So that is something to look forward to. And I know we've got some good stuff from our friends at Morning Juice to hit the little plug sheet. Wednesday at 8 o'clock. So tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, Coach Jim Tressel on Morning Juice. Something great to look forward to.
That.
We'll be back Thursday at 6. Like I said, the night off for the network special tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And we'll be having a lot of fun. And I just can't wait for this game. I cannot wait. Bucks win tonight, Tyvis?
Oh, yeah. I'm not taking it to the bank, though.
No bank, but Tyvis has a little Buckeye victory. I will warm you up for Buckeye basketball. 9 o'clock tips still to come. Buckeye men's hoops on the road at Wisconsin. Coverage coming up on The Fan.
Bo Bishop is a media legend. We have no idea where the other guys came from. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Sweetie, come here. Don't worry. I see a lot of patients with the exact same thing.
Ever since the ice skating rink went in next door?
Or is it more than
Dr. Clark's business is heating up.
So many patients need my help. How will I find time to see all of them?
They need to hire a scheduler, stat.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Ohio State fan, are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye Meal at BK. For $20, you'll get one juicy flame grilled Whopper sandwich, one original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye Meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Don't miss a minute of the Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Celebrate the culmination of the 2024 season with all of Buckeye Nation and follow along on the official athletic site from the opening postseason kickoff to the final whistle in Atlanta. We have you covered. It's the 2024 Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/postseason central now for more information. Go Bucks!
It's Toyota truck and all-wheel drive season with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else. Now through February 3rd, get a great lease deal or $2,000 customer cash on a new 24 or 25 Tundra. Excludes TRD Pro. Or get 4.99 APR financing on remaining new 24 Tacomas and new 25s. With approved credit through TFS. Excludes TRD Pro and Trailhunter models. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Get yourself Toyota ready. Toyota, let's go places.
Ohio State championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
As a child, I had the same hopes and dreams as other children. I just didn't have the same resources to achieve them, but I found the help I needed to be my best. I was a CareSource kid. CareSource is so much more than Medicaid. They help families overcome a lot of their day-to-day struggles, and that made a lasting difference in the lives of kids like me.
CareSource, your Medicaid, your choice. Visit caresource.com/Medicaid.
Broadcasting from the